Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back to another great episode of Kyndra's Corner. I'm so excited, man. I got a special guest that's in the building, comedic edition. All right, this brother who I'm about to bring on, man. He's your favorite comedians, aunties, ex-lovers, all that. Okay, he has a whole array of everything. You know, I realized that he thinks that he's really not out there gaining weight. Then you see his arms in a picture. He likes to identify as trans slender. That's what he told me one day. John Coleman's in the building. Why did you lie to me and tell me that you were identifying as trans slender, man?
Wow, that is bananas. I would never say such a thing. I said I was slimming and it was taking out the trans fats. How dare you combine? If you want to hear what you want to hear, that's the problem with you non-seeing people. Y'all always think that y'all can't do everything. You're supposed to get better as your eyesight gets worse, like Daredevil. Now you said favorite comedian. I have an issue with that because I'm not famous enough for that. You got to give the accolades later. We're gonna do this show like a couple years from now when people buy tickets for real. I couldn't sell peanut butter to a dog at this point.
Well, listen. The greatest people are the ghostwriters for others. So I know you did write for Kevin Hart at one point. You wrote for Ali Sadi, and then you helped write, Mike Jones' last album. So you again, everyone knows who you are, and that's why I'm so excited that you responded back because I got to bring this brother on.
I love the accolades. I'm gonna start saying I wrote for it until they say I didn't.
Fake it till you make it, man. Fake it till you make it. Well, listen. John, I appreciate you showing up and everything. Let me go ahead and get into the interesting news of the week. Oh, Texas, man. Okay. All right, you should know. How far is Tyler, Texas? That's where this is. This interesting news. How far away is Tyler? What's the nearest biggest city from Tyler?
Houston, or actually, take that back. Dallas might be a little bit closer to Tyler than Houston is.
Okay, so I probably had passed through. I'm not sure. Last time I was in Texas was like 2021, and I went during the worst month, July. And I remember, man. So mind you, I went out. It was probably about like 10 o'clock in the morning, maybe 11. I don't know. I just know that son was giving me a WWE SmackDown, and I was the only black person out on that trail. Right, all the white people were just waving at me. I said, "What are you?" And you know how people wave at you the first time. Like, okay, do you see them again? They want to keep waving. Why you keep waving at me? I already waved to you the first time. We're not doing this.
Oh my gosh. They're trying to get you some help because you was unsafe out there. You wasn't hydrated. They have nothing covering your head. You out there just thinking it's gonna be beautiful. It's not how this works. That Texas sun will beat you down worse than your mama did when you didn't take that chicken out there freezer. 10 o'clock in the morning, it's already 95 degrees. Yeah, you needed a water break.
Listen, hold on. But here's the thing, though, John. I actually had like a big jug of water, right? I had a big jug of water with me, and that water was nice and cool, right? And then I step out, and it got to, my gosh, like the devil's ball sack. It was horrible, freaking horrible. And I said, how do y'all live like this?
You prepare. At some point, if you keep living near hell, you get good at it. And so the further up you go for some reason till you reach Dallas, Oklahoma, because we don't really claim them like that, it gets hotter and hotter. And then you just assume that everyone lives in this swelter and heat. The further down you go, it gets more humid. It's like living in Florida because the ocean's right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's just how you just get better at it. You got to adapt to living in this hellscape we call Texas.
Mm-hmm. Well, look, I'll be back. It might, when it's a little bit cooler, like, November, December. But then again, you might be out there barbecuing, and swimming on December 25th. And then it just out of nowhere. Yeah. Well, people, I think the biggest misconception, because like I was saying before we started recording, I'm born and raised in Atlanta. You're born and raised in Houston, right? Or did you?
No, I'm from deep East Texas, where this just up near Tyler. Actually, I'm about an hour away from Tyler.
Okay, but you're Texas born. Okay, but a lot of folks think that here in Atlanta that we don't get winters. And I'm like, guys, sometimes we're colder than Minnesota. Sometimes we are. Like this has been a nice week and everything else like that. but then it might be 22 degrees next Friday. Like that's just how it is. And same thing with y'all. Y'all get winners, real winners.
We get winter. I don't want to. Our winter depends on if a hurricane showed up. That's how that works. Otherwise, it is 95 degrees on December 25th, and we barbecuing instead of making turkey and whatnot. Our
Well,
shorts on Christmas is a good tradition around here.
well, let me go ahead and hit with this interesting news. So a Texas man, Tyler, Texas man, in a diaper, right? You think about the baby, how he
Mhm.
was once baby Jesus or something, and he was doing a diaper thing, and I'm like, wow, okay. So a Texas man in a diaper was arrested after yelling "goo goo gaga" at young girls, asking them to change him. What are your thoughts on that?
I'm gonna turn this accent up a little bit. I just want to apologize to the masses that if this is your first interaction with East Texas, we don't all act like that. Some of us grow up to be comedians and chefs and musicians and football. We got some good famous football. Trent from I think he's in San Francisco. Trent Williams, he's from up that way.
Hmm.
He's East Texas born and raised. We got some good people. He was just cosplaying as a member of Parliament Funkadelic, and he got out of hand. As Parliament Funkadelic had to do wear a diaper. The old folks up in East Texas, they left stick to the old stuff. And now, as far as the young girls thing, that he's just I ain't got no excuse for that part.
Yeah.
He should be manhandled. I believe is the word we're gonna use for that.
You wanna keep it. You don't want my show getting kicked off the air.
No, no, I
Um,
don't want to incite no riots or nothing like
I mean,
that.
it's okay. It doesn't matter. Like you're talking to someone who has had the transgender, not the community, but the people who want to take up for them, and the people who were like a part of the community. Like, bro, what are y'all doing? Like, she's a comedian. I said, oh, y'all thought y'all was gonna end up. Y'all thought y'all ate, right? That's what the young kids say. Y'all
Wow.
thought y'all ate with that. It's fine. What bathroom you want me to meet you at? so so yeah, but what happened was literally he was literally chasing young girls like goo change me goo goo gaga, and I'm like, and I mean now he's arrested, or has been arrested since then. I'm pretty sure he's back out on the streets. They don't really do nothing to mentally ill people for real. Like you might go to the mental hospital, then you have a day you leave, and then you're back out there on the streets. It's just it's nothing has changed.
Well, I believe I was. It was safer for him in that jail because I now again on behalf of East Texas, I've seen some people do some things
What's the craziest thing that you have seen for your
or
own
hurt.
eyes, or it almost happened to you with somebody who was mentally ill?
I had a young lady pull a knife on me because we were having a friendly banter and
About what?
just back and forth like we joking right here, and I
Okay,
let
okay.
I let a bitch please slip. I forgot who I was talking to. She is bipolar. I learned all her things before this. I didn't understand it then. I understand it now. And them poles, they were by. They flipped. I thought she just I thought she just liked to go up north and south a lot like a bird, and that's not how that works. That mind flipped and she was like, "Oh, I'm a bitch," and then pulled a knife on me. Now I will say this: I'm a very large fella. I'm 6 foot plus, and 300 some pounds at this time, and I don't take people seriously.
Yeah.
She got me. She got me good. No stitches, but I
H-
had to give me a couple band-aids.
Hold on, wait, hold on. Okay, okay. Wait, hold up.
Hmm.
So with this North and Pole chick that you was so this wasn't a girlfriend. This was just
No,
y'all
no.
was just okay. So this is in broad daylight. Was she at your house when she stabbed you?
We were in the dorm room. She happened to have a knife that she had for protection. Not from me, from the other men's.
I mean,
That yeah, yeah. She shouldn't be allowed sharp objects. Is what I'm trying to tell you.
yeah, I know. You
She's
know what?
married now. She's happily married now. I fear for that man's life every day.
Did she
Yeah.
invite you to the wedding?
No, 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 not at all. This was we were attempting to date. Um, But when I find out you crazy, I know it's not the thing to say, but when I find out you a little bit crazy, and you will stab me, I don't want to date you anymore. So we decided to stay friends. Um, that's at least what I tell myself to make me feel better.
So let me ask you, toxicness, right? It's never been or your thing at all. Like, or at
No,
one point when you were younger, you tolerated, oh, I like the crazy girl, but then you're like, okay,
okay, my friend is probably gonna see this because I'm gonna send it to him. So I do like the crazy girl. I like him a little bit crazy, not a lot bit, where
what's a little bit? What's a little bit for you?
you don't register on a psychological scale, right? So you don't have any diagnosis. You might pull a weapon on me, but you might not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
go through my phone, call my brother, tell him I ain't worth nothing, lie. Hide in my garbage can toxic, not stab me toxic. I know what my limits are.
Well, let me before I go. Well, hey man, hey, you dodged a bullet with old girl, and hey, nothing wrong with just a little sprinkle of toxic. Like let me ask you, I've done this before, where I peeled a knife. I mean, not peeled a knife, peeled an apple with a knife and ate from that knife. Is that a little crazy?
No, that sounds like somebody grandma. That's what I do. I keep pocket knives on me all the time. I'll peel a pear, apple, or orange. It don't matter. That's fine.
Hmm.
Now, if you stare at him in his eyes and peel it slowly while repeating what he did wrong, then you start edging to crazy. So you just gonna talk to the girl through Instagram like I ain't in the
Hmm.
room. And then yeah, now we got he needs to fear for himself. You might come across that
Got
room,
you.
Adam. Yeah.
Got you.
Yeah.
Got you. I understand. Understand. That's funny. Okay. Well, you know what? I'm not as crazy as I thought. Well, let me say this before we go to the main question tonight. So, as far as this man, Google Gaga, I wasn't supposed to laugh at this, but I just, have you come across something so stupid that might just be just react like, wow. Uh, it reminds me of, and I'm glad y'all don't claim him, the people, out there in East Texas. It reminds me, there was this guy. We didn't know what his name. We just called the kids. We called Mr. Boomer Nichols. We didn't know what this brother's name was, right? But he used to be at the elementary, the playground, and he would just sit there and be swinging back and forth, and he would wave at all of us kids. And so one day, I'm waving at him. As a child, you just wave, right? And so my sister's like, "Who is that?" And like, well, I don't know. His name is Mr. Boomer Nichols. Don't you wave at him no more. I wonder how he's doing. Now, mind you, that was like 20 years ago, but I hope he's alive. I hope he's okay. Mr. Boomer Nichols, if you are actually watching this, wait, John, hold up. Remember that girl you just said about the girl who's married now? She's in the
Hmm.
comment section.
Don't do that. Don't do
I'm
that.
just-
Felt my soul leave my body for a sec. Don't do that. Lord Jesus, help me. Help me. Because we follow each other. I just keep to make sure I keep tabs on her, make sure it's like prison. You got to make
You
sure
know
she's
what?
still in.
It's more like, you remember Hancock?
Yeah.
How like yeah, that's the same thing. The same
Yeah.
thing.
I gotta make sure that girl stay over there. Uh
But as far as with Mr. Boomer Nichols, that was the closest. But he never came up to any of us. I think maybe he thought that he was probably 7 years old. There's some psychological breakdown with him, but he was cool. He was a nice, cool white man from afar. That's all I can say about that. But this Goo Goo Gaga changed him. I'm glad those
no.
girls got away, right?
Yeah, yeah.
That's one thing I will say. I'm very glad, young ladies. I'm so glad that y'all got away and y'all called for help. Okay, and let's just hope that Texas police did what they were supposed to do. But
If
speaking of
not,
that,
somebody daddy will.
come on, come on
Hmm.
now. Speaking of that, let's go ahead and kind of segues into our next topic, because I can guarantee you the Texas Tyler Man and Mr. Boomer Nichols were probably both homeless, and we're going to talk about homeless. Because I mean, come on now, like I actually had a conversation with someone yesterday. I was asking about how the father's doing. He was staying with the married couple. He said that our father, the father is he's not doing well. He literally lives at the park. He has a car. He gets a check from the government every single month. He could actually go and stay at like an extended stay, but he decides to live at the park. So he wants to be purposely homeless. I said, what the heck is this?
Mm-mm. No, no, no. I need creature comforts, somewhere to plug in my PlayStation. By the way, ladies, if you have a need, I cook, I clean, but I'm bringing my PlayStation and my Nintendo Switch. Just let you
Hey,
know that.
listen, how fast can you get to Atlanta?
That's a good Spirit flight. And there's some decent stand-up flights around.
Well, so the question tonight is, with the way that the rate of where the world is going, do you believe that a good 95%, initially I was going to say 99%, but I'm like, no, I don't think it's going to be that much. But I want to say 95% of people are going to be homeless one day.
No.
If
I
not, what do you think is a percentage? And what year do you think that we might? And why do you say no?
Okay. I can start with why I say no, because Amazon and these big corporations exist.
Mm-hmm.
Not for the reason you think. This is a conspiracy theory
Mm-hmm.
that they're gonna try and set up what used to happen back when they were first doing coal mining and stuff. They would have these coal mining towns where the company owned the grocery store, your local hospital, and they would have a shell company that owned like the housing market.
Yeah.
So they would buy up a bunch of property and then you would live in that property. Your paycheck would pay that rent. You basically paying your company to work for them if you live in that town.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so homelessness, not so much because Amazon, Exxon, BP, and Taco Bell are going to own a bunch of random companies. Percentage wise of homeless, I give you a good 50%. And that's going to happen hopefully after I die in, let's say 20, 21, 26. Let's just give it a long,
You ain't
I
been
got to
on Earth that
buy.
long?
Nah, I don't want to be. I want to be gone for 50 years at 21, 26, at least 50 plus years. But 21, 26, everybody get all their stuff together. The rules have gotten more lax. It takes about, from all the rules that have happened from our great grandparents that got changed and the stuff that keep getting unchanged, it's taken 50 to 100 years to really peel back the layers of what will be allowed, and how much stupidity has taken place. Idiocracy was made in like the early 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
We're close to that amount of dumb, so we're all wearing Crocs and whatnot.
Look,
My
man,
stuff's
people,
included.
listen, John, for you, I'll put my Crocs in sport mode. You say you cook, right? Listen, I always
Yeah.
tell people, I say, listen, man, if I come across a man who knows how to cook, I'm eating peanuts and gourmet food daily. Okay? Stuff me twice. All right. Only
This is
for
my
my
phone.
husband. That's right. Write it down. Write it down. I want some ox.
Where's
Listen, somebody still to this day, they owe me some what was it? Stuffed. What is it? What the heck? Stuffed turkey leg, and I want a side of mac and cheese and cabbage, and she ain't got it for me yet. All right, so if you can make that
wow.
happen, John.
I could stuff turkey legs, chicken wings, and women. So hey, I'll make you something sweet and make you sweet on top of that. I am a pastry chef, but I can cook you a good mean meal. I do that type of stuff for fun.
Come
Salmon nuggets
on,
was a thing in my house during the pandemic.
come
Y'all
on.
just got them in Atlanta.
I love it. I love it. Well, let me go ahead and say I'm gonna go ahead and give my answer, and then we're gonna be out and everything. I think honestly, with the way the world is, and you're right, conspiracy theorists and stuff like that, like even um, it really just slipped my mind. I can't remember when you know how the thoughts gonna come to you like at a much later time. By that time, it's not even
Hmm.
gonna matter. But a lot of these types of conspiracies that are going on, like just the different things that they have happening. Like, okay, for example, is anyone knows out there, they are the ones who are controlling the weather, right? So they want to have it a blizzard in Texas for no reason. They want to have a blizzard in California for no reason. They do this so they're like, okay, we want y'all to stock up. There it is. It's coming back to my memory now. We want y'all to stock up. So we're going to go ahead because the food's not selling. So, hey, let's go ahead and scare these people with saying, oh, the weather's going to be bad. We're going to have a blizzard because we got to get rid of all this food, right?
Hmm.
We want the grocery stores to just, that's how it is. They want mayhem. They want mayhem. right? So as far as with the and on top of that, the fact that you got folks who stand in line, camp outside for Jordans that pretty much the same Jordans get released every 2 years, and they'll pay hundreds of close to thousands of dollars for these shoes. But or you know when people started talking about cut water, I didn't know anything about what cut water is. I'm not a drinker. You know, the last drink I had, which I liked it too much, was why I said I'm going to put it down. Was that Mad Dog 2020, and I was so excited once I got some. Yes, everybody always looks at me crazy when I say that too.
I need my robe. I was drinking that at drinking that at 15. That is Kool-Aid, man. What is wrong with you? Next thing you gonna tell me you like Cisco. Ooh,
I
Lord
never
Jesus.
had it, but I'll put it on
Don't
my
do
list.
that. Don't do
But
that.
but no, so I say, listen, I say all that to say, you know, it's whenever they have something out there, propaganda that they have out there, they'll raise the price for something. It's like they're basically trying to cause us to go into homelessness. Like so recently they've had the 50 Cent versus Ti and the whole Harris family and everything. So imagine they're out there selling shirts about this, right? Or they sold tickets about Ti versus 50 Cent in the ring. Now people are paying for that, right? So and on top of that, think about the fact that how much inflation has just risen.
Yeah.
The fact that when we were children, right? Because I know you were born in the early 1900s. So when
Yeah.
we were children, everything was so much cheaper back then. But they wait till I become an adult to have these hunger type games. The government waits till I become an adult. Are you serious? Like, I didn't think it'd ever be a day. It used to be a time where a full set, a full set is at, nail salon, stuff like that.
Yeah. I paid for a
Okay.
few set of nails.
Okay. Okay. All right. Pay for a few more. Uh,
Amen.
so, so it used to be a time where a full set was like $25. Now, mind you, the only thing I never was, I got acrylics fresh out of high school and I realized it was a waste of money because it's an extra bill. So I stopped getting acrylics. I would just go get my feet done once a month, and that was about it. So, but still, it used to like that type of stuff used to be very cheap. Now, in other countries, I came across where the pricing is a lot cheaper. And I said, man, America is just doing it wrong. They're just like you can go live in Dubai and pretty much be straight. Especially if you're, a person who's into that kinky stuff. These people will sit here and pay you hundreds of thousands of dollars. Like, John, if you're ever low on funds, right, and you need, a pick me up, go to Dubai. Let
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
the
Mm-mm. I'm gonna stop you right there. I'm desperate. I ain't that desperate, okay?
Hey,
I don't
listen,
need. Mm-mm.
that man from Tyler, Texas. That's probably what happened to him. You think he just woke up with a diaper? No, he went to Dubai. He did what he had to do. Okay, he came back over
You're
here.
never the same. The problem is they gonna keep me. This is my Mexican. This is my Negro. This is my Black Negro woman, and this is my white woman. I got all of them on sale. It was a good bargain buy. No, I don't need that. I can move stuff too. Hey, no,
Let me
multi-use
find.
out of
Hey,
me.
listen. Let me find out, man. Let me find out. All right, all
You-
right. Listen, I know. You know what? When I used to be in the underworld. Okay, back to the story. Back to the story.
mm, mm.
but just pretty much like I say, wrapping it all up and everything else like that. I honestly like a lot of people, you know, and of course I need to do more research. I really do want to move out the country, a place that has all four seasons. I was looking at Spain and all of that type of stuff, and right now Spain is still in this winter time. They're gonna be warming up soon. But I still need to of course, do my research. But in America, I feel like with the rate of the world is going, there was a guy who was saying that we don't buy the Apple phones. We actually buy Apple stocks. And he's talking about how the rich, those really rich, wealthy people, they don't buy Coach. They buy the, Coach stocks. They don't buy Louis Vuitton. They buy, and so that's where we need to be. But hey, when it comes to investments, some people are like, oh, I don't need that. All right, so that is the end of our show. Let me go ahead and get you, John, to and thank you again for coming on, brother. This is not gonna be the last time that y'all see him and everything else like that. Um, Tell us where they can find you. I know you mentioned about you pastry, cooking, all that. Do you actually have a food truck? Are you gonna be going into business with someone or so?
Okay, so as far as pastry chefing goes, you can hit me on Instagram at Titan Baking HTX. Titan like Teen Titans. baking. If you can't spell that, you're just as bad as me. So bless your spirit. But there's an HTX at it. It's a big red logo. I have put up a micro menu as of this week for some of the things, but I will deliver to you. I have driven across the state of Texas at this point, about an hour away from where I am. It's very good homemade things. I make cookies, cakes, cheesecakes, um, brownies, almost anything I get my hands on. I've made it for fun. Now I'm making it for your pleasure. As far as the food, you can hit uh, Chef Merlot's Kickback on Instagram. That is my brother. He's also a chef, and the reason I became a
Let
chef.
me find out. That is amazing.
Yes, we're musicians, we're chefs. I'm a comic. He's a barber, a masseuse. We also do weave and babysit out of the back of a Cadillac. If you, we do some of everything. So any chance I get to put shine on my brother as well as put shine on myself, we're a duo. People tend to buy his cooking. You want the oxtail when you come out here, we got you. He makes a good mango oxtail with his own homemade barbecue sauce. I still ain't figured out how to steal the recipe, so that's
It's
something you
not
can
it's
come
not to be
try.
figured out. You said that your brother is. Are you the barber? I didn't hear you. Or your brother's the barber.
My brother is the barber. I joke I've done friends locks and my locks, but that's just because I have my own. I've done it. You don't need a license out here to do that. Um, and then of course my comedy page is John Cole Comedy, JONCOLE Comedy. Again, if you can't spell comedy, you're among good company.
You know,
That's where
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Sweet.
I don't know. That's where you can find all the clips I have. I am not great at being an internet comic. I'm more of an on stage comic. We do have a show at the end of this month. If this
Yeah,
is
tell us,
airing
shout
before,
out the show. What's going on with the show?
uh,
Let us.
so we show is called Tiny Mike, like Tiny Desk. It's Tiny Mike. It gives a chance for people that I have met, done open mics with, done shows with, that I feel aren't getting enough shine, as well as those that are just getting shine as well. We give you a chance to do about 20, 30 minutes of a set. We try to record it every time, long as my sound man is there. So you
Yeah.
have everybody wants to have professional looking video. So I've got a group of people together to work for a good goal. My gimmick is that Chef Merlot cooks the food. I tell the jokes, bake you something sweet, and we have a 10-year-old DJ that will outspend any DJ you know.
Wow.
Yeah.
Listen. When I come out there, I'm gonna hit you up, man. I got it like so I can come and do some comedy. Ain't gonna be no 30 minutes worth. You know what? And that's a lot of people think that they don't understand. That's hard. I tip the most I've done on stage where I was given as a first time guest was like 10 minutes, and
Hmm.
I didn't prepare because I didn't know. I'm so used to 2 or 3 minutes on stage. I said, dang it, extra. Woo! Well, let me. Thank y'all so much. I'm Kyndra Crump, right? So that's at the 7 minute mark, and then on top of that, they had a nobody was really paying attention because this place is in Nashville. Shout out to Nashville, aka Cashville. This place that was in Nashville. They have a cat who own like the cat basically owns the place, right? So there's a cat that lives there, and it actually has they have a jar for for the cat you to feed the cat, right? You put money in there for the jar. The cat was on top of the pool table shooting pool. This is a true story, true freaking story, right? And I'm like, I didn't know how to. I mean, it was only like 7 or 8 people in the crowd, but they weren't really. They were focused on the cat. I'm like, gosh, y'all see this cat every day. Okay, what about me? What are y'all coming here for? Come on.
It's usually how stand up works. If you're not in a actual comedy club or a venue, you're gonna have to deal with it. But when you come do my show, Lord said the same. Y'all buy tickets for your mama, auntie. If you got a cousin in Texas, tell them come out. But you come to my show, no matter what venue it is set up just for the comics, so you can have a good moment, have a good setup. It's gonna be but DJ MJ, we give him about 20 to 40 minutes just to spin. We play good music, none of this mumble rap. We're gonna go back to our time. We're gonna try I told him play twerking music personally,
Yeah.
just to get the ladies that are in the building hype. If the ladies are hyped, the men will relax. We will do pop-up bartenders from time to time, but it's just a good time, a good way to go. If you got 7 minutes, we can give you 7 minutes. If you got 20, that's perfect. Now you just got the number one slot. We'll let you open, or you let you go in the middle.
Listen, there it is. Well, you know what? Before I go ahead and close this out and everything, I thought it was a real comedy show. Somebody's like, go down to this place. They didn't tell me that a cat is gonna be the star of the show. Like I'm like, bro, come on now, and be a cat. Go out there and find a field mice and go hunt.
Yeah.
No, you come on now. I was mentioning about the barber thing because I know a couple of people. They've been my one of them was I have one who's a loctician now. The other one, she's done my hair in the past, and I mentioned something about like, hey, because I got the back of my head is shaved, and so I asked her, I said, hey, can you, help me, make some designs, put HNIC, something like that, because I am the head nigga in charge. Put something, and they're like, oh, we don't do that. I'm like, what the heck? You didn't learn that in cosmetology school? Apparently, barber school is different than cosmetology school. Mm-hmm. I thought it was all the same thing. I'm like, I thought you learn how to do everything there.
According to my brother, and it's according to my research, shout out the Magic School Bus. Depending on what Texas Barber College will teach you how to dye hair, because dudes will want the skunk was the big thing when my brother was going. So that big line through the middle of your head is white, and then we always had designs. So you would have a part, or you would get the eyebrow slash, so somebody was right in your head. So I know Texas Barber College through the 90s to the 2000s, they learned how to do designs and get stencils. At this point, it's just sketch artistry, a lot of Beijing and right angles and everything else for these dudes losing their hairline. I'm a dying breed out here. I got full hairlines. My whole family does. We got good hair, people.
Y'all got good everything, man. Let me find out. Let me find out. Well, listen, man. You guys make sure y'all please like, comment, subscribe, turn that notification bell on. Support John and the family. I'm going to make sure that when I tag, that everybody who he lists is going to get tagged, okay? Even that cat out there in Nashville is going to get tagged because I talked about her for like 2 or 3 minutes. It's part of the show. So with that being said, man, y'all be blessed. Y'all be safe.
All right, y'all.